XRP holders are getting some bullish news. On a macro, XRP is preparing to move back higher. And Credible actually gives you XRP Bitcoin, XRP Ether, and then XRP USD to show you the fact that not a lot of people are certain about this, or at least they don't see the odds of this asset going higher. But if you're in the market and you're focusing on what's happening in front of you, that shows a lot of opportunity. And one of the case which we have to keep in mind is that when the market shows you a price structure, which we have seen previously, that means you now have a higher odds of making it. Because right now it is this. They are just BlackRock and Fidelity are now holding 10 billion worth of Bitcoin. Now, yeah, the market is not just 10 billion. It's a huge market in which we are playing. But right now, if you do understand how the market is moving, you have a ton of opportunity in front of you. We were going through a lot of this before, right? This is up 50%, H bar, this hit that level and bounce back up. This hit that level and bounce back up. Multiple calls, all of them are now getting close to the target. And what would you do when you get to see those? Yeah, you jump in, you take a trade, you make money. This is what the SI family is doing right now because the market is an opportunity zone. It's your decision what you should do, but the market is showing you enormous opportunity. And how would it look like? When you take a closer look, this is what the market is showing you. 10, 15, 20% move in the first 100. And not just one or two assets. There's a lot of them doing that. And as you focus on the market at the right time, you now have a lot of different assets breaking through. You now have a lot of different assets showing you reversal signals. Make sure you don't miss this season. Welcome to the Scientific Investor family, where the normal retail guys get to learn how to become the next top 10% of this world. Right now, we're going through the market, looking at the market. This is just the trading bag, showing how the last 7 days was looking like. Last 30 days, it's good. Last 180 days. So it's literally like a 7x from that base. So how do you do this? You follow through, you follow the breakout, you follow the money, you follow the targets. And this is exactly what we do. And you get to see all of these opportunities in front of you and decide what I should do. Now, one of the biggest thought process here should be, okay, what the market is doing and am I already watching a top? Because one of the primary things we need to understand is history kind of rhymes. And if that's true, on a monthly, now this is so important for each and every one of us to keep in mind. If you go back in recent past, in history of this asset, you get to see a lot of this. What? The moment you enter into the overbought territory on a monthly, what's the average price action like? First time when you enter, how high are you actually traveling in next 2-3 months? That's 100% move. At this point, that's $100,000 Bitcoin. You go to the next one. Okay, the moment you actually started entering this level, the next 2-3 months, it actually went up like nuts, 500%. Here, if you're calculating the top, that went up like 37x. The next one was 5x. So what should it be this time around? Because each time it's diminishing returns. Fine. So you go back historically to see like, okay, was that applicable back then? And the moment you entered the overbought region, it was a 24x. And the top of that cycle was like 117x. So the returns were huge. Agreed, there is no doubt on it. But what do we see in general? It's diminishing. And last time it was just 5 to 6x. How high do you think it's going to be this time? But in any of those cases, you still have upside. Now, When you do look at this on a monthly and you're like, okay, we still have another 10 days to go. We are watching like the price is above the last moving average. Price is above this resistance. All of them looks good. So that's when you start zooming in. Okay, if that's the support, we can still come back down, test that support, and then bounce back higher. Historically speaking, we have seen recent past in the recent trend. This is what we are watching here, and this is exactly what we have seen here. So you take that into the price action, you look at this and you get to see like, okay, if the price action has done that last time around, and it looks like we are here. Okay, cool. That means you just saw the price action doing this. You understand the fact that you're here. What do you think the price is going to do? If each and every points, the data points have confirmed, the odds are looking like this. You may drop 8-10%. That's okay. And then you go back up another leg. So if that's going to come here, because a lot of traders are involved, most likely what you're going to watch is say 6%, 8%, 10% drop. What would that mean? The recent drop to 50 was 4.5% drop. So a retest of the 49K would be like 7%, and the 10% would be the retest of the moving average, which is 47,500. But by the time the price comes down, the moving average goes up. So that should be 48. In any of those cases, when the Bitcoin dominance is dropping, it shows you the fact that money is moving more and more into the altcoins, and that's where you make money. So you're looking at this micro trend line, you're looking at the macro, and you're like, okay, that's getting rejected. That's breaking below the moving average. A retest of the moving average and a rejection is what we really would like to see, which would then open the doors to the downside here like 50. Now it's just 3% drop in Bitcoin dominance, but for us, that's a huge move to the upside. You're going to literally watch a lot of different assets doing these kind of great returns on a short horizon. It's not going to be next 9 months, 12 months, 15 months from here, because at this point, you really don't have that long. Say, this is XRP, fine. You go on a weekly and you're like, okay, fine, we're still struggling to break through the moving average. Yes, it is true. We are trying to break through the moving average, but when we do that, it's going to be a big breakthrough. That's what we have seen. First time you slow down, that's okay. You slow down, but the next one is a burst. The next one is a burst. We would like to see that happening, and this time around, with that, you get a breakout after an extended period of time. That's not easy with this particular asset or this segment of assets, and that's where a payment asset like HBAR, remember we discussed about this in detail last time around, looking through a lot of different stuff. Now, look at this, the volume. Someone or a group of people are super interested in this asset because it's showing you they're buying heavy when the price is not at the bottom and the price is starting to trend higher. One, and two, it's making its recent resistances into the support and bouncing back. Say, this is a retest and a bounce. What would you look for? That's a big move for such an asset. That means you go back in history and you're like, okay, I want to compare this with XRP. When did XRP started moving last time around? So XRP literally did nothing till this point, right? March. It didn't do anything, but HBAR did, right? It got a lot of money flow, which was one of the first asset in the payments industry to get that cash flow, and it did like a 5x move when XRP did nothing. From there, that continued to the upside, making a local top about 17x. That's not a small number. So now you're watching HBAR running up. That means, yeah, we still have to wait for the money to move into XRP, and that would look like something like this. Say, it may take you like 30, 40 days after this asset starting to run up. That's not a bad deal, but that shows you have limited window in here to make real opportunity because the top is coming soon. The top is literally here. The local top was like, 63 days, 2 months. So if that's true, what we are talking about here is that this asset is going to top out here for the wave 2. And this one is at going back to retest with Bitcoin's new high November, December, by that range of 2021. But XRP did not do that. XLM did not do that. A lot of big assets did not do that. They topped out here, which means when they run that leg, they run really hard. They don't try to go into the next leg. Now, in general, if you do look at the market, it's performing just like you want it to, just like we want it. Fine. So Ether went up close to $3,000. We talked about this a few weeks back when the price was here at 2,000, right? As the price was giving you the clarity that it's moving up, which was a breakout, a retest, and a bounce. I told you, watch this. The moving average is showing you it's going up on a weekly. It was showing you the same recently on a daily. So the daily and weekly now aligns in the same direction. That's where you look for opportunities, macro opportunities. And the crypto market right now shows you a ton of it. Being honest, there is a lot happening. It's easy. I mean, it may look easy to say, see, my target is there. That's met now. Look, I showed you this. Now it's there at 4 point something. So we went through this target, this target, this target. Yeah, right now it looks really easy. But back in that day when the market was not bullish, coming out and saying this is a huge opportunity, it's not easy. And that lets you stand out in the market. And that's one of the reasons why the SI family has been growing from that 350 all the way up to 1,000. That's not a small deal because you need to find opportunities. You need to follow them up. You need to show the right targets. And as soon as you reach the target, there would be short-term traders. There would be medium-term traders. There would be investors. Those who are looking for longer horizon, longer targets. They don't want micro trades, right? So you need to cater to all of them and inform them. Guys, this is the target. It's hit. If you're a short-term guy, take your profits, run off. Now, if you're like, I don't know where the opportunity comes in. I really don't know where to put my orders in. This is what happens, right? When the price was dropping, I was like, watch, this is that zone. Wherever you want to put, it's fine. Now we hit that, we went back up. Now we are here close to the resistance. Imagine that. So the price action is showing you a ton of opportunity. The breakouts, we followed it through. Where are we now? Getting close to the targeted zone. So it's not one asset, it's a lot of different assets in this market. And this market has 60,000 assets. Not all of them are performing. Not all of them are preparing to launch. So make sure you understand what these assets are showing by joining the SI family. You can use this link, which is given in the description below, to reach there. Go through a one-on-one session. Let's discuss through your portfolio so that we understand, okay, where you're positioned, how you're positioned, what's your risk tolerance, what are you looking at. Say if you're putting $1,000 or $10,000 or $100,000, what can you expect based on the current positioning of your assets? If you have just one segment or a couple of segments and just large cap, it would differ. So that's where we try to rebalance it. I give you my opinions and what I would do with my portfolio, right? And I'm really happy to see that's working really well for a lot of people. So while the market is still going up, consider this. Make sure you understand what the market is doing. Make sure you follow the trend, not go against it. Follow the trend. I remember, even in our group, when I was taking the profit close to 2.27, close to that range, people were asking, why are you taking it here? I'm like, that's a short-term trade. 1. 2, the price was getting too extended. So if you want to buy back, maybe you'll get an opportunity where the price drops 10-15%. That on a levered trade is 45-50% down. So that's a big opportunity, right? If you want to sell it there, you can come back down, buy it back, boom, right? So understand the dynamics of the market and try to move with it. You may not be perfect every time for sure, but you are improving each time, and that allows you to be spot on. So the market is giving you these opportunities for next 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. depending on which segment you are in. But understand, the level of interest in this market is so high. And then you watch the fact that on a weekly, money is literally moving into the altcoins. As of now, yes, the weekly candle is not closed yet, it's just starting. But if you do have patience for the next 5-6 days, you're like, okay, I'm going to see where this candle closes. And if it closes in red or a bearish candle, divergence is starting to come in. Now, for Bitcoin, guys, that may not sound good, but those who are waiting for the altcoins to pop, that's all you want. That's what we've been waiting for this long, and we are ready. I mean, I'm ready. The profit-taking season is coming so close, and for the trades, yeah, we are obviously taking profits, the long-term back. That's what I'm talking about, right? We've been patient for this long. Be disciplined. Have a little bit more patience. Now, what's next 2-3 months when you have already waited this long for years? And that's where I see have that discipline to go through the market and secure your profits. Because when you do see the market doing a lot of crazy things, don't go emotional. That's where education is necessary. So guys, if you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do consider smashing that for me. And if you want to join the SI family to take benefit of each and everything which is happening there just with those 1,000 members, I would say now is the time. You may not have next few months to think, decide, and align yourself in this market. So make sure you have something. Make sure you ride this market. Make sure you're prepared. That's it for today, guys. I'll meet you on the next video. Bye for now.